Hey, what is going on, everybody? Ali Madawi here, and welcome. Congratulations, you have made it into my live prospecting mastery webinar. I'm super excited about giving you all I have learned over the last few years. Now, you may be watching this on your webinar platform, which awesome, good stuff because you get to interact. A little bit of housekeeping rules on the right side. There's a little chat box in there. You can actually comment or put any questions throughout this whole webinar. So I'll be able to answer those questions for you at the end of the webinar itself. And you can even interact amongst yourselves as we're doing this. Secondly, just so you know, this is live. It is now 8:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is not pre-recorded, so make sure that you are paying attention. So it's not something that's scripted, but even more so, take notes. But I got an even better surprise for you. At the end of this webinar, probably about 15, 20 minutes after it, you're going to receive it on your email to have forever. So it's pretty awesome when you can keep this content. We're going to spend approximately about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes together, and I'm going to be sharing with you everything that we have done over the last 9 years to develop a network in 9 countries. And even as recently as last month, we've attracted over 220 individuals into these webinar platforms that you're seeing right now. So it's pretty awesome when you can figure out the game of prospecting, when you understand the language that it does require. And now there's others of you who are watching this on our YouTube page, because YouTube, we're broadcasting as well in it, but you can't comment on the platform itself, so I can't really see your comments until after the webinar. So if you are on YouTube, definitely feel free to type those comments. I get notifications afterward, and we get to watch it. So real quick, hey Neil, hey Debbie, Miladis, and Mr. F. Presentation. So by this time, you should probably see the title itself, Prospecting Mastery. And here we go. We are ready to rock and roll. So many of you see this brand everywhere. I mean, if you are following us in any online platform, and I'm talking everywhere, this is what we stand by, Madawi Enterprise. One day I'll explain to you what the logo means. It has a very, very deep, meaningful story behind it. But last month we've covered how to build a brand and have a brand identity. This month we are focusing on prospecting mastery. So if you have missed out on the first one, just let me know individually or independently afterwards. I'll manage to get you the recorded version for that, so you don't feel like you actually missed out. So let's go ahead and get this party started. So the question is, why are you here? Why would you give me an hour and 15 minutes? So here are the areas that we're going to focus on. You're going to learn how to never run out of prospects. Now, many people say, well, I talk to everybody I know. I don't have enough people on my list. I wish I this, I wish I that. So we're going to talk about the perfect pitch. We're going to talk about how you can increase activity, how you can turn up your conversation level. This morning by 7:30, it was about 7:30, 7:15 in the morning, I already had 15 conversations on Facebook Messenger already going. So I'm going to work with you on that. How to create a unique approach that only you have. How to have a warm market versus a cold market understanding, because there's a different philosophy between one another. It's funny. It's really one goes along with the other. Because it's the same approach. It's just the difference timing, which we're going to talk about as well. We're going to talk about prospecting versus an infomercial and how that could be helping you or hurting you. Training is over when you begin is a mindset that you must understand, because that's when you get to grow and expand and duplicate yourself, or you're pretty much just deadbeat. All right. So let's just talk a little bit about my personal story, what led us to be where we are right now, right? So just like everybody else, I had a 9 to 5, or for me specifically, it was a 7 a.m. to almost midnight every single day. I worked in a restaurant business. I love cooking still. I enjoy the thrill of being behind the kitchen and that, craziness, but I did not enjoy the 90 hours a week that took away from me and my family and my wife. I automatically compromised my relationship by taking all that time away from it. So I had to refocus and find other alternatives. So we got involved in the network marketing profession because that's the only option I really had. I didn't have the resources nor the time to start a traditional business, the time it was 2007, 2008, the recession was kicking, no one was hiring. So it led us eventually to start other traditional businesses. It was immediately an exit strategy for ourselves after a whole lot of hard work. We went ahead and even opened a deli and a few other traditional businesses that we were very, very excited and proud to be part of. The other piece is network marketing as a whole has allowed us to have a platform where we trained over 30,000 people in close national conventions, and we're even featured on MLM Nation, the #1 business podcast in iTunes. We even released a book in July of 2016 called The Lion Network Marketer that has been sold globally, which we're definitely proud of. And we've developed a brand that has many different platforms, from an online show, from podcasts, from blogs, from different coaching and consulting programs that go along with them. And I share this with you not to brag or impress you, but just so you understand what I'm going to share with you worked for us, and it can absolutely work for you as well. Some of the companies that we've worked with, Bryan Service Companies, it's actually the president and owner is Chris Bryan, a dear friend of mine, like a brother. He was very focused on the network marketing profession as a whole. At one point, he realized, hey, I can do a whole lot more, and there's many things that I'm passionate about. So we've worked with him on developing his own company, Bryan Service Companies, that focuses on customer satisfaction. Code Green Solar is a $78 million company that have contracted us to build an affiliate program and a referral program and expand their business. Now, they were already doing $78 million, right? So why would they come to us? That was to us validation that we were doing something right. We've added on the second month of business $1 million a month onto their business line, which, again, we were very, very excited about. True Power Energy is an energy company that was an idea. The owner, one of the owners, Bob Doran, reached out. He said, here's what I'm thinking on doing. Can you help us make it come to life? They are just about to start making $1 million a month, so we're excited that we had a little bit to do with their success. Train for Life is, yet again, another network marketing professional, Vanessa Jackson. She's been in the profession for 20 years, but then she just kind of got almost burnt out of rebuilding other organizations, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and realized she has a bigger, better calling out of life. So we've helped her develop a company that focuses on the 5 pillars of life: spiritual, health, nutrition, fitness, financials, and she's having an incredible amount of success, and just actually recently created a brand new contract that is expected to take things for her to a whole new level. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer, just for everybody to understand. The better the relationship, the easier it is to convert a prospect. So here, we're not teaching how to close. We're going to be teaching how to prospect, those strategies, how to attract people to you. The next piece is the material that will be shared with you today is documented in coaching and building networks of close to 30,000 people with 9 years of successful experience. Now, the results will be based on you applying the steps of success you'll be exposed to today. In other words, you can sign up to 3,000 gyms, but if you don't actually get your butt in there every single day to work out, it is completely irrelevant to you. So it's extremely important to keep that in mind. This only works if you apply it. So how do I personally never run out of prospects? Well, first things first, I look for no's. I look to get people out of my list. See, I understand my value. I understand the value of my company, my product, my service, my coaching, whatever it is that I have, what I offer. I understand its value. I mean, after all, I've spent actually, as of 2 days ago, exactly 9 years of developing what we've worked on right now. So I look for no's. If you're not interested, awesome. Thank you for saving me the time. I don't have to waste my resources, my time, my energy into the wrong activity. So I can move on to the next person. And two, when you look for no's, you have the right expectations. You have the right healthy mindset. See, if I were looking for a yes and you say no to me, no one likes to be rejected. It feels like crap. So I automatically feel down, negative, whatever those emotions that I don't want to have. But when I look for a no and you say no to me, awesome. I expected it. Keep it moving. But you give me a yes. Now it's even better. My whole mindset is so much better, so much healthier, and it only makes me be more productive for the business place. Now, know your industry fact. If I know more about your company than you do, I will smoke you alive. Here's the thing. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing on your company and you reach out to me and you have no idea what you're talking about, now I'm not saying you have to know it all, but just have enough resources and support to back you up, right? If you don't have that, first thing I always look at all the time are three things. Are you in the right using the right product? Meaning, is your product or service the right one for you? Forget the marketplace, forget the friends and family. Are you a product of a product? If you are, that's a check mark for me. The second thing is the compensation plan progressive enough where I can see that you've been progressing, even if it's just $50 extra every single month. That means that there is growth. However small or big, I'm not the one to judge. The last piece is, do you have the support team necessary to get you there? Meaning, are your uplines or are your managers or bosses or mentors or business partners as invested in you as you are in their business and product? If those three check out, you are in the right place. If one of them falls short, well, guess what? You don't even know your own business plan. So how can I go in business with you? So go to at least one network marketing, not marketing necessarily, but just go to a networking event. They host them in every city that, as far as I know, anywhere you go, there's a networking event. They're always free for you to just show up. You walk from table to table, shake hands, exchange business cards. You have entrepreneurs, business owners, the right prospects giving you their business cards, selling you their programs and whatnot. Now, the idea is not to go in there, get business cards, call them the next day and say, hey, do you look at other ways of making money? No, that's the wrong mindset. See, what you do in a networking event, you go 3 to 4 times to that same event. Because here's what happens. The first time, a handshake and nice meeting you. The second time, it's, hey, weren't you here last time? The third time, it becomes like, hey, buddy, nice seeing you again. By the fourth time, it is a hug, and let's grab a drink sometime soon. So now you've developed a relationship with the right prospects, so you can never say, I don't have the right people around me. I don't have the right network. I don't know business owners. That's all bull. You never say that again. I don't want to hear you. Just go to networking events. It costs you $0. The fourth piece is use social media, funnels, and capture pages. I am so going to drill this one in your head. You're going to hear it probably 10 different times because it is that important. We live in a social media age. We live in a digital age. If you're not using the internet and the digital space that you have, you are left behind. We are in a millennial age right now, and it was going to be riding this wave for the next at least 20 to 25 years. So do not miss out. You don't want to be too late. Next thing you know, you're playing catch up throughout your whole career. This is for customers and sales representatives, meaning that this program that I'm sharing with you right now is not for you to just look for, sales reps in a network marketing company. No, this is for customer acquisition. This is for expansion. This is for opening new marketplaces. If you're a singer and you want to attract the right prospects to hire you for new gigs, this will work out for you as well. We've worked with entertainers. We're working with an apostle and a pastor right now for church from Toms River, New Jersey. So this works for everybody. Now you have to have an accountability partner, and you'll understand why. And here's the thing. You need an accountability partner because you will lie to yourself. Point blank, period, new paragraph, please. The reason you will lie to yourself because you're going to tell yourself, it's okay. I can do it tomorrow. It's okay. It's not the end of the month yet. It's okay. It's like talking about the gym. I'm still young. I've been through worse. I ate worse things. I smoked back in the day and I survived it. It's okay. I'm going to work out 2 hours tomorrow. Might as well eat bad today. Because you are the worst accountability partner. See, you judge other people based on their actions, but you judge yourself based on your intentions. This is why I have an actual coach, 3 of them as a matter of fact, paid coaches, to keep me accountable, to keep me going in the right face. To have challenging goals to push you to the next level, you must have someone that is going to tell you, hey, I need one more push up. I need one more phone call. I need one more this, or I need one more that. If you don't have that person that is willing, see, I work with a young lady from Boston. Her name is Ali Enlund. And, we were talking and going back and forth. She says, I need this and I need this and I need that. I said, as long as you give me permission to kick your ass, when you need to hear it, I got your back. She said, I want that every single day because I know I get distracted and I give up on myself. Guess what? Perfect fit. So look for someone who's willing to challenge you and take you up to the next step. You will claim to run out of people. You will tell everybody, yeah, I talked to everybody I know. No, you didn't. You chose to talk to 5 people and you gave up on the 95 because you were scared that you were going to get rejected again. Or you just said, hey, you want to come to a meeting? And gave up, left it there. That doesn't count as talk to people. I'll share with you exactly what I do to cultivate a relationship or a conversation. Now, there's something that we call the perfect pitch, right? Everybody's looking, give me the perfect pitch. Newsflash to you, there is none. Here is why there is none. Every individual that you are talking to has a different mindset, has a different set of filters based on their ethnicity, based on their religious belief, based on their education, based on their experience, based on their age. They're hearing something completely different. So while you are all excited about your hydrogenated, crazy water that has colors and rainbows and it's like perfectly magical and it will heal everything, good for you. They can give 2 damns about that. That does not apply to them. So it is extremely important for you to not pitch people as if they are just some cold calling list like telemarketers. Make sure you focus on them and what is important to them. See, here is what I do every single time. If I post a picture, you'll like it, I will genuinely send you a message saying, thank you so much for liking my picture. Sometimes I get 200 likes, and I'm sending 200. Thank you so much for liking my picture. And I'll share with you that concept a little bit more. And it leads to a conversation, the highs, the how are yous. I ask relevant questions. Hey, how was the job? You talked to me last time about a promotion. Hey, how was that time freedom you were working on with the previous company? I look for their why. I look for their pain. I look for that missing element. I let them tell me what hurts. And then I say, well, listen, I completely get it and I relate. And if this means anything to you, I might provide you with a solution that I personally have been working with. Guess what? They will say, yes, I want to know more. Yes, I want to hear more. The problem is you start pitching people with your business and you are acting selfish. You're not even trying to find out what's important to them. And I don't mean that from a disrespectful standpoint. I just want to bring a little bit of a reality check. I can tell you, me, myself, every day, I can at least once a day, I will get somebody who will send me like a message about Ali, you got to take a look at this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, they didn't even take the time to say, hi, how are you? They didn't even take the time to figure out how my day is going. They don't even care. All they care about is getting me to pull out my credit card and buy what they're selling. That is what most people are doing. And this is why you are here, because you're a star. Now, there are a few reasons why people do not respond to you. And I'm going to share these 3 with you. And don't think to yourself, I am committing a crime in the prospecting world. This is just maybe you don't know what you're doing wrong because no one has taught you this before. So the first factor and the reason why people are not going to respond to you, they don't trust you. Now, again, don't get it the wrong way. It's not that you're looked upon as a greedy liar or anything like that. No, they know you, or they have seen on your Facebook page that there is no validation to success. There is no validation that your product really works. This is why I tell everybody, dude, you got to document your life. You got to document your before and after pictures if you are on a fitness or nutrition programs. You got to take a picture of before and after if you're in skincare. You got to take a picture of before and after of whatever it is that you're doing. You got to shoot videos like a daily video journal where every single day, like, hey, so today is day 37 out of my 90-day journey to my transaction or transition or change or whatever it is that you're doing, and let the world know. See, from beginning to middle to end, when they see change, they will trust. I see, because the majority of the people you talk to are not visionaries like yourself. See, seeing is believing, and if they don't see, this is why you have to document with videos and use social media again. They will not trust you. They will not trust you as an entrepreneur. They will not trust you as a businessman or a businesswoman. They will not trust you as an expert at what you claim to be. The next piece is you sound and look like an infomercial. And this is, I mean, I can't tell you, my newsfeed is full of every product from every company and every service and every savings promotion and whatnot. And I see it over and over and over. Here is the thing. Let's talk about you and your business. Let's forget your business for a second. Let's talk about, it is 10:30, 11 o'clock at nighttime. You are already ready to rock. Just hang out, watch TV, have some wine, just unwind a little bit, finish your day, if you will. And what ends up happening, an infomercial comes up. You're flipping through the channels and you see an infomercial of P90X or Insanity. We've all seen them before. And guess what ends up happening? You watch that first run of 3.5 minutes. And then you're like, huh, that was pretty interesting. The moment the second run of the infomercial starts and you realize, oh, this is the same thing again, you change the channel. Guess what? Your newsfeed may be full of infomercials where you're sharing the same thing over. Okay, my product is great. My product is cheap. My product works. My product is, guess what? Infomercial, infomercial, infomercial. What do people do? They change the channel on you. They ignore you. They just void as if your post doesn't even exist. I personally literally click on the right click of the mouse on the top corner and I turn off where I put do not show me more from this individual. That's how bad some people are out there. Don't be the infomercial. You are the entrepreneur, the CEO, representing an idea, a movement, not a product or a service. So some people, and this is where you're kind of like not in charge or in control, some people just don't have the right mindset. Some people, it doesn't matter. There are some people out there that I can give them a 3-pound break of gold and say, this is gold, this is real, this is yours. Take it, work with it, make money with it, and they're going to throw it on the floor and say, this doesn't work. This is not real. This could be a scam. This is too good to be true. You know, love him, move on, with respect. Let them go. When the time is right, the time is right. The secret, however, to turn everyone around, build relationships. See, the word relationships, if you take the first half, relate. The more you document yourself, the more people are going to relate to your message. They're going to relate to your personality. They're going to relate to your movement. They're going to relate to who you are. And then whenever the time is right, and should you do what I'm going to teach you tonight, you start having all these relationships and you start having all these influences. And whomever you tell them, hey, I want for you to check something out for me. Yep, no problem. Just because they relate, they trust, they see you, they see the documentation, you have that credibility. So build relationships, not your product's description. I have no idea. I kid you not. My product line, I don't know much about the specs of it. Like as far as the science behind it, I have videos that do that for me. Right? That's not my area of expertise. If I go from Ali, the busboy, the restaurant guy for 15 years, all of a sudden I start talking to you about, biocells and this and that and antioxidants and health, you're going to be like, Ali, I know you're not a doctor. I know you did not go to science or chemical school, whatever it is that you're trying to be. That's where I lose credibility. So build relationships. Let the tools do the rest for you. Let the team around you and every unit or measurement or whatever it is as far as tools that you have around you, let that do the work for you. So you must increase your prospecting activities. This is a two-part piece. So one, use social media to represent an idea. Does that sound familiar? We just talked about it. Secondly, make sure that you are creating engagements with video and pictures. If you're not posting pictures or doing Facebook Live or Periscope or Snapchat or Instagram Live or any of those parts of those channels, I am telling you right now, you are missing out. You are left behind in the dark. If you realize something, or if you haven't realized, let me share something with you. All these major billion-dollar companies, they do more videos now more videos on social media than they are doing them, like, because they know they're losing people to their cell phones. They know that, they're not making the money they used to with advertisements. So guess what? CNN and NBA and MLB, they all broadcast now on Facebook Live, a whole show. A whole show. They tell you, go follow us on Facebook and watch online, hashtag this or hashtag that. That's a hint. This is a multi-billion-dollar institution that is literally giving you a hint of what works. Make sure you are doing what is needed as far as videos and pictures. You got to turn your likes into private conversations. As I mentioned to you, any like I get, I send a message to it. Use capture pages to grow your email list. This is when you're giving away a complimentary PDF for audio or video in exchange for a first name, last name, and email. I have a whole lot of those, so people send me their information just to have access to my content. Guess what? I use that email information to send them, hey, we're doing a webinar tonight. I promote to that audience that already has chosen my content. So it's almost as if they gave me permission to keep them involved. You must use, you must increase your prospecting activity, but you must use the 90-10 rule when you post. What does this mean? The 90-10 rule. 90% of the time, talk about an idea, life, movement, a book, your takeaway from a training, something that is not your product or your company. And then 10%, you can take a picture with a team. You can take a picture of before and after and say, here's what my product has done for me. I'm so excited about it at the end of the month, or whatever the case may be. The 90-10 rule will keep you safe from being an infomercial, but it allows you to poke people a little bit like, hey, check out what I'm working on. Make sure you are real, genuine, and create real emotions. People smell a phony from a mile away. So if you're just trying to fake it for the sake of getting leads and likes and prospects, I am telling you, people are going to catch that from a mile away. You must use live broadcasting. See, a live broadcast is essentially not scripting yourself. See, I can do a recorded version. I do a lot of recorded videos for, my promotional products on my website or whatever the case may be. And what ends up happening, I find myself doing like 5 to 10 takes to get the best one. But when I do a Facebook Live, if I drop something, if I stumble on something, it is the real deal. There's no script there. It's me. It's like I opened a window into my own life, into my true self. And that gives you the immediate credibility because people know that's the real deal. He's not faking it. That's it. I'm watching him do what he does live. So you must use live broadcasting. As Grant Cardone always says, 10x your activity and you will 10x your result. If you want to make $1,000 a month, you have to plan to making $10,000 a month. Here is why. As Grant teaches, us entrepreneurs, we overproject and underestimate. Whenever we go to a convention or whatever, we go to a training or we have a consultant or, we have a good deal on our products that we purchase for our stores or what have you. And we get all excited. Oh my God, I am going to make so much money from this thing. We are set, right? And then we realize life hits us. Nothing ever goes out the way it's planned. So if you 10x, if you project 10 times what you're trying to hit, I guarantee you will fall short. But fall short with the right attitude so you can hit a lot more than you wanted. Now, if you were planning on just making $1,000 a month, I promise you won't find yourself making more than $100 a month because you fell short. So make sure you 10x your activity with mindset, energy, process. Everything that you do has to be in harmony with that. And obviously, we can help you out with that. Now, I talk a lot about the process of that new representative or customer. Again, this is how I turn my likes into prospects. And I'll give you an example. Facebook or Instagram today, like literally today when we're done, change your Facebook profile picture. Just do that. And you'll realize that everybody's going to like it or comment on it. As people are liking your Facebook profile page, send a private message. Something such as, hey, I just want to say thank you so much for liking my profile picture. Now, you're going to have a few people who are just going to give you thumbs up. That means, yep, don't talk to me. Move on. Don't even bother. You were just a nice person. Guess what? You created a good impression. You were polite. Nothing wrong with that. Don't go with the mindset of I want to build business or recruit everybody. Go with the mindset of I'm going to create as many relationships as possible. Now, some people are going to say, yep, no problem. Looked great. Looked crisp. Looked professional. Looked awesome. I wonder what you were doing, but you looked happy. Now you have an actual route toward a meaningful conversation. So have a natural, genuine, caring conversation. The highs, the how are yous, how's the family, and make sure that you keep the conversation going without talking about your business until they say, "How about you?" That's the key. How about you? That's when you start actually letting them know, not necessarily from, oh, I'm building a network marketing company, or I'm selling this product, or I'm selling bread, or I'm selling wine, or whatever it is. No, no, no. What you got to do is, like, when somebody goes like, how's business, man? Thank God, everything is blessed. My wife and I are expecting a baby boy, and business is in full momentum. Yeah, what's that? What are you working on nowadays? Now, most people will start pitching on text. Well, here's the thing. I mean, you've mentioned that the family's going through this, or you mentioned that you were looking forward to a vacation. Did that ever happen? I flip it back on them until I get the reason why, until I get the pain. No, we never went, actually. Why not? Well, times are tough. Well, listen, man, I don't know if this means anything to you, but I can completely relate to that. My wife and I are working on a few different projects, and I'd love to introduce you to a solution that got us out of the funk that you are in right now. Now I'm an advisor. Now I'm a solutionist. Now I provided them with value where they'll say, yeah, man, I'll take a look. Set up a follow-up appointment, meaning do not go in pitch mode right there. Just be like, okay, great. When can you be in front of a computer for 30 minutes? Or when can you put 30 minutes aside for me? And I'll work with you on that conversation in a little bit as well. So again, make sure you're turning your likes into meaningful conversations without pitching your business. And when you identify a why, advise on a possible solution. Hey, man, I might have a solution for you that can help you out with that exactly, and so on and so forth. And when they say, yeah, I'd love to hear, but when can you put 30 minutes aside for me? And that's when you can actually have an appointment. Your network is your net worth. Obviously, Jim Rohn is the father of network marketing at this point. I mean, the greatest who's ever done it, and impacted all the great ones as well that are out there. So, think about it like this. Whether you are, again, in network marketing, whether you are in traditional business, the bigger the network, the bigger the value. I'll give you an example. Think about a celebrity, any celebrity, who's not in network marketing, right? Who has nothing to do. Like I'll give you a horrible example or a good one, depending on who you are and how you feel about this person. Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian has actually the second most followers on Instagram. I believe is like a little less than 100 million people that are following her. So guess what? She's built a network of close to 100 million followers. And then you add Twitter, you add Facebook, and all the different platforms. It's ridiculous how many people follow her. So Kim Kardashian builds a network. Again, whether you agree with her or don't, or her mannerism or whatever, that's irrelevant to what I'm using. I'm using the process here. She built a network of hundreds of millions of people who are following her globally. And then she promotes a product, a service, a movement. She only does what? Keeps the eyes on her, and then in between, she's showcasing what she's wearing, the clothing lines, the perfumes, the colognes, the phone contracts, all these different things that are available. Guess what she's doing? She's building a network and marketing to it. In other words, network marketing. Do you understand why it's important to build a network? That is why last year she made almost 100 million crazy dollars. And you may ask, like, well, she has no talents. Well, she figured one out. So build your network and watch your net worth grow with it. Your discipline or resistance will determine your success. See, you will need an accountability partner. I mean, had we not have coaches that keep us accountable every single day, we wouldn't have the results. I mean, just 2 or 3 weeks ago, we got picked up. Actually, about 3 weeks ago, yeah, we got picked up by the Network Marketing magazine that called us, reached out to us, and asked us if we can be an author and a contributor to the magazine. That wouldn't be possible if we didn't have an established brand. Again, I'm not bragging. I'm very grateful for the opportunity because they are a prestigious organization who are doing great things without us, but they wanted what we have in our audience, our network. So we had to be disciplined to do the required activities. Here's the thing. Use a calendar and a daily planner. I mean, come on, man. Do I have to really tell you about this? But here's the thing. You need to schedule all appointments at your available time. See, the problem is we get in a desperate mood and we let the prospect tell us when they want to make the appointment. Well, whatever you want. I don't care. I'll stay up until 11 o'clock. No, man, that's my wife time. That's my hangout time with my beautiful wife. She's much more important in my business, right? So schedule all appointments at your available time. That way your mindset is healthy. You're not rushed. You're not interfering with other streams of income, with your job, with your family time, dinner time, kids time, whatever the case may be. So you have balance and order in your life. And between you and I, you're showcasing to your prospect that you are not breaking what's important, which is your livelihood, which is your family time. That to me is an attractive piece. So make sure that you are scheduling all appointments at your available time. The second thing is have an end time. You know, if you're in business, we love to talk. Boy, we love to talk. We talk, 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 talk. Like I've been literally in front of this computer and I've been talking all day. I kid you not. My first call was at 10:30, and thank God for my wife. She'll stop me, make sure that I eat. She'll stop me, make sure that I have water or whatever. I do not stop talking. And as soon as I'm done with this webinar, I have a call immediately after that at 9 o'clock, and then another one at 9:30. Crazy, right? Well, guess what? Have an end time. So whenever you get into a call or a meeting, webinar, whatever the case, hey, just so you know, so we're on track, I have until 9:30. I have until 8 o'clock. That way you're efficient and you're on time for whatever else that you got to do. Be non-negotiable. Respect your business. You are the boss. This is why you will need to automate and outsource. Automating and outsourcing. Let's talk about it. 5 ways to outsource and automate. Now, most people think this is expensive. They have to spend money on it. I'm here to tell you it won't cost you a dime, or if it does, it's pennies to the dollars you're making. Funnels, capture pages, you have to have it. Look into them. There are many, 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 many. Did I say many? Many of them out there. You can just Google them. I use ClickFunnels as my funnels, and capture pages. I have it embedded in my website. I have a web designer that does all that stuff for me. So Upwork.com, you can actually find designers or virtual assistants. So I have a team that works on my behalf, so I can spend the time that I'm doing with you right now, that are already working on my next slides for next month, that are already working on my website, they are working on my engagement, they are working on my email list. I don't have to do it all. And here's the thing. $10, $15 an hour, and they work by project, meaning that if I don't use them the whole week, I don't pay a dime. If I only use them for 2 hours next week, I only pay $15 an hour or $10 an hour, depending who's doing the work for me. So Upwork.com, you post an ad, people will apply, you have interviews via Skype, and then you get to watch their clock in time, clock out time. You get to see all their work as they're working on your project itself. So it's really, really important for you to step up your game. Calendly.com, it starts as a free subscription. It can actually stay forever free if you have only one time slot. Meaning, if you select complimentary evaluations, 30-minute time slots, it's free. They'll never charge you. But if you have different platforms, different schedules, like I have private coaching, I have leadership events, I have different things that people can go on my public calendar and book it. But here's the thing: I don't have to go and stop what I'm doing with you right now. If somebody texts me, hey, are you available? And I'm looking on my calendar, I don't do that. What I do is workwithali.com/schedule, which obviously is my Calendly profile. It's my public calendar where people just go, they schedule whatever they need me for. It automatically goes into my calendar. It automatically goes into their calendar with a reminder 30 minutes prior, and it comes off my public calendar. So there is no conflict of interest. I don't even have to talk to anybody about it. That's pretty awesome if you ask me. Now, social media sponsor ads, that's something you want to consider eventually. Last month, we talked about the core of building a brand. One of them is having a budget. So you want to make sure that you have an accoladed budget for this, and make sure that you know who your target is, your content, your message, your vision, all that stuff's got to be in place before you do that. But I use social media ads every single day to reach out to the masses. My network is within my profile page. My reach that I'm trying to extend my reach to are in my fan page. Those are people that I don't know that I want to attract to my network and my website and so on and so forth. Last but not least, Stripe or QuickBooks. This is how I process payments. This is my invoicing system and so on and so forth. Again, I have it already pre-programmed, so whatever anyone wants to buy anything from me, hire me, or anything like that, they pay from there. I don't have to stop and get a check or get a credit card or PayPal, none of that stuff. It's already pre-programmed to auto collect. So how do we approach? This is probably the golden nugget that you're gonna get from this. Many people struggle with how do I talk to people. What if I can tell you? I guarantee you 100% sit down or 100% never wasting your time. This is what I will guarantee you right now. No one will ever give you a hard time because this right here is an approach that has such a powerful philosophy behind it. And if you are again disciplined and you do not resist this approach, you'll have the results. So here's the very first step. What are you doing tomorrow at 6 o'clock? You want to lock in time and date. Lock in time and date. The reason you want to lock in the time and date, because it doesn't matter what I'm going to talk to you about. You already told me you're available. So who the heck cares about what I say after that? So most of you, the mistake that you're doing is, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? I got something I want to talk to you about. It has to do with this program or this company or this service, and people are making this, and I know this guy was making up. You're throwing up with info. You're presenting in text, and then all the way until the end, your prospect is like, oh, that sounds good. Yeah, that's interesting. They're just answering just to get rid of you already. And then you're just doing more damage and more damage and more damage. And then at the end, be like, so anyways, why don't we get together tomorrow? And then they say, I'm actually swamped tomorrow. Well, how about Friday? It's family day. How about Saturday? Not sure I can make it. Well, why don't we talk sometimes next week? Yeah, next week, they're in the witness protection program. Good luck getting them again. Does that sound familiar? So here's what you would do to eliminate that. What are you doing Friday at 6 o'clock? I am not moving forward saying anything. If you say you're busy, well, how about Saturday at 11? Busy? Sunday? Not sure. Well, why don't we look into your calendar real quick for the afternoon? What's this about? Well, I need to know, first of all, if you're available or not. Until they give you an available, and never do it more than 7 days out. So if they say, no, not this week, like the following Saturday, which is in, I don't know, 9 days or whatever, don't do that. Be like, well, why don't we touch base on Sunday for the following Saturday? All right, yeah, you can call me. Great. Hey, what was this about? No, we'll talk Sunday, man. I got to make sure you're available first before I tell you anything. That's what I do. I will not tell you unless you give me a time and date. The next piece is, great. Put me down in your calendar. Let me show you the transition. Hey, what are you doing Friday at 6 o'clock? I got nothing. Awesome. Great. Put me down in your calendar. Okay? No, but I seriously need you to put me down in your calendar for 30 minutes or an hour, whatever that time that you need. Now, again, you're already booked. What are you going to say after I tell you what I'm going to tell you? Oh, all of a sudden I'm not available? So make sure you lock me in an appointment first before you go forward with anything else. I have something that I'm super excited about that I want to share with you first before I go public with it. Let me show you the transition. What are you doing Friday at 6 o'clock? Nothing. Great. Put me down in your calendar. Okay, what's this about? Well, just put me down in your calendar. Yeah, no, that's fine. But, everything all right? Everything is phenomenal, my man. I have something I'm super excited about, and I want to share it with you first before I go public with it. It is extremely important that you use the last part before I go public with it. So let me explain to you the mindset behind this. I have something that I'm super excited about. You are bringing the intrigue, the excitement, the curiosity. Like, oh yeah? What is it? Well, I want to share it with you first, exclusivity, before I go public with it. The reason you want to say that, because as they're going to drill you, what's the name of the company? What's the product? What's the service? What's the cost? Well, remember I said I didn't go public with it yet, so I'd rather wait until Friday at 6 o'clock. Yeah, but can't you just tell me the name of the company? I really can't, because I don't even have all the information with me. But Friday, 6 o'clock, man, I hope you respect the fact that I didn't go public with it yet, so I'm trying to do the respectful right thing. Always protect yourself with that. Now, immediately after that, hey, it may or may not be for you. It may or may not be for you. This brings that wall down. See, your clients, prospects, customers, whomever they are, they will 100% tell you at one point, just to get rid of you, I don't think this is for me, man. So if you're telling them from the very beginning, hey, man, this may or may not be for you, you are already disarming them. You're giving them permission to say no to you. But I respect you enough, and I could use some feedback. I need you, man. Yeah, I can't move forward with anything without having your blessing on it first. Whatever that language that you want to use. So make sure you use it. It may not be for you, so you disarm them. But I respect you enough, and I could use some feedback. Besides, It would be nice to see you anyways. That's when you're bringing that human element right back. That's when you're bringing them back to like, hey, why the hell are you drilling me? You're my friend. You're my uncle, brother, sister, mother, whatever the relationship is. So again, transition. I have something I'm super excited about that I want to share with you first before I go public with it. Oh yeah? Well, what is it? Well, here's what I'll tell you. It may or may not be for you, but I respect you enough and I could just use some feedback. I really have no expectations out of you. Besides, it'd be good to see you anyways. This is when you're breaking the pattern of the customer prospect mindset where they're ready to shoot fire at you. And you're like, yeah, cool. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, but what's the name of the company? Well, here's the thing, man. I really don't want to give you any partial information, but let me just bring all the documents with me and we can cover all that. Yeah, but can't you just tell me the name of the company? To be honest with you, I'd rather not because I didn't go public with it yet. And I hope you respect the fact that I'm holding on until I meet up with you in person. I hope this makes sense to you because this right here has eliminated so much headache. Now, if you have some jerk that just you shouldn't even called in the first place, move on. Just let him know, hey, listen, obviously I called you on a bad day. Sorry, let's just touch base in another time and move on. Okay. So warm market versus cold market. Cold market is emotionless. There is no emotions in cold market, so you're not to create an instant pitch. You know, people add me sometimes, and then as soon as they add me, again, they don't even get to take a look at my profile or anything. Hello, Ali. I hope this finds you well. I wanted to talk to you about an opportunity, blah, 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 blah. I can tell it was copied and pasted. They didn't even take the time to look at who I am, what I do, or anything that's important to me. So guess what? Cold market requires you to build relationships. So here's what I do. If you start, you add somebody from friends list, from the suggested list, or someone adds you, immediately send them a message. So whenever I get a friend request, I usually say, hey, Joe, thank you so much, man, for adding me. I really, really appreciate it. Just out of curiosity, did we interact somewhere in the past, or was I in your suggested list? Did we interact in the past, or was I just in your suggested list? Now, again, the reason I do either or to force a conversation, to force a reply, to give me an idea who I'm dealing with. And then immediately, like, yeah, no, actually, we were in the same webinar, or we were in this company together, or no, actually, you were just in my suggested list. Oh, that's awesome. What made you send me a request? Again, I'm asking a direct question. What made you send me a request? Well, you look like an entrepreneur. I sure as heck I am. What do you do? See, now we're building an instant conversation. We're going back and forth. So we're going instantly from cold market to I'm getting to know you. I'm building a relationship. It ends up being working perfect on my behalf. Guess what? What value do you and only you have? You showcase that through that conversation. Whenever somebody says to you, how about you? So what do you do? I don't know if you missed it. We had the ME show at 7 o'clock, and we talked about, how to share your vision, how to share your message. Most of us just go into, I'm a realtor, I'm a builder, I'm a mechanic, I'm a network marketer, I'm this, I'm that. No, 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 no. That's not what you are. That's the vehicle that makes you your money. That's the vehicle that is making you your dreams come true, or whatever the case may be. But that's not what you do. What you do is the value that you represent. Let me explain. You have to share why you do it, how you do it, and then the what. Let me explain. If somebody says to me, so what do you do? Well, I aim to alleviate the world's pressure on most people and families by, see, that was the why. Like, I aim to alleviate the world's pressure on individuals and families. That's my why. So I started a vision. I made them dream with me for a little bit. Wow, that's powerful. Alleviate the world's pressure. This one guy is alleviating the whole world's pressure on families and individuals. That was the why. Let's talk about the how. And I do it by helping them with better branding, better business strategies, better understanding of having a business plan, and better budgeting. That was the how. And I do it all through my marketing and business consulting firm. That's the what. While at the very beginning, I could have said, I own a marketing and business consulting firm. So drive me to go in this vision with you. See, if I don't see where I'm going, I'm not following you. When it's dark, I stop and I look for a wall where I could put my back on it because I'm scared something is going to come out of the dark. So guess what? Your value is your vision. Your value is the culture that you are building. Your value is the problem that you are solving. So make sure that you understand it. Again, we've worked on this last month. Let me know if that's something that we need to work with you on for better messaging. But what value do you and only you have? Only your testimony and your messaging is going to showcase that. So don't ever just pitch. Always give value. Why, how, and then what? The why, how, and then what. All right. Prospecting is not an infomercial. So I think I covered this earlier, but don't send me a 6-paragraph Facebook messenger of your company's presentation. It is a turn off. I don't care how good your company is. I can care less how many billionaires your company has. It is irrelevant to me, my family, my lifestyle, and what's important to me. So while you think you're doing something right, you are turning people off. You are a flyer. I will so delete and not even look at it, and sometimes even turn it into spam. Do not make that mistake, please. Be human. Give the highs, the how are yous, how is work, any recent vacation. Again, find out what they need and provide it. Make sure you use funnels, lead generations, and capture pages. Remember, they are not to sell. They are to attract people to take a look. So a funnel is essentially just a reason for you to be like, oh, let me take a look. A lead generator is something that just allows you to be like, okay, I belong in your demographic. A capture page is just something to get me your first name, last name, and email. It is not something that will, by me putting a funnel for my book that automatically is going to sell everywhere. That is not how that works. It is only to attract. Eventually, you have to make the phone calls. You have to present. You have to overcome objections. You have to go through the same process like everybody else. But obviously, these speed up the process for you a little bit. Your brand is your promise. So make sure you know it and stand by it. Our brand, Madawi Enterprise, is all about change. I mean, our slogan is change starts with me. So I myself, as a human being, not a business guy, not my services, no, me myself, I have to showcase positive change every single day, from health, from nutrition, me working out every single day, my relationship with my wife, everything that I do, my audience is watching, and they are watching me. How consistent am I with the brand that I stand by? And at any point, and if we've seen it many, many times from many celebrities, from sport athletes and so many more. Whenever there's a scandal, something that does not match what they claim to be, it ruins their relationship. Their audience turn on them. I mean, how many times you saw a celebrity that their audience started ripping their shirts, burning their flags, doing the crazy things because they no longer believed that they were real. They said that was a phony act. You just used me so I can spend money on you. Your audience is looking at you the same way. And guess why? Because you're the celebrity. That's right. So make sure your thoughts, your feelings, and actions are in the right place. Here's what I mean by this very specific example. So we all hear thoughts become things, right? The secret, everybody talks about the law of attraction, but no one really dissects it. And I was fortunate enough to work with Bob Proctor and be mentored by him in 2 different occasions, and it was the best thing that's ever shifted my brain. And he explained that thoughts become feelings. See, if I tell you right now, think about a Lamborghini that you just won from your company. Now, what color do you see it? That felt good, right? You just pictured yourself in a colored, beautiful Lamborghini, top down. You're riding whatever it is that you're riding. Now, that feeling will generate action. This is why motivational speakers will be in front of an audience of 20, 30, 10,000, 500, whatever the count is, and they will say something like this. Imagine yourself living a life that you design. Imagine having the ability to create your own wealth whenever you want to. Imagine, they use the word imagine a lot. Why do they do that? They create a thought. That thought itself sometimes gives you goosebumps, sometimes make you cry, tear up, smile, laugh. It gives you a feeling. That feeling itself will send you off from that talk or that convention or whatever, ready to act. That's why you walk out of convention like, man, the next 90 days, I'm going to be a top earner. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, because the feeling is generating the action. Those actions are going to generate results. Now, guess what? Results create more thoughts, because as soon as you put your head on the pillow, you smile to yourself. I'm like, boy, oh boy, today was the best day ever. I am so happy and excited. I can't wait to do it again tomorrow. And you wake up tomorrow with those same positive thoughts, with feelings, actions, results, and so on and so forth. The problem is most of us have the wrong attitude. Most of us think like this: ugh, Monday, I hate my life. No one is answering the phone. My team is not doing anything. You have the wrong thoughts, which gives you that feeling, that crappy, horrible feeling. And then what? No actions, because you just want to hug a pillow, eat ice cream, and do nothing and talk to no one. Those lack of actions give you no results. And guess what? At nighttime, how you feeling? More bad thoughts. And then you're caught up in the wrong cycle of life. That is how thoughts become things. So make sure your thoughts are in the right place. That way your feelings can be in the right place. That way your actions are generated. That way your results are the ones that you really, really want. How do you do that? You may ask. I read books. I listen to audios early in the morning. I mean, literally feed your body what it needs, not food-wise only, but make sure that you are giving it what it deserves, the positivity. Training is over when you begin. This is when we gotta talk a little bit about the mindset. See, your team, your customer base, your prospect, whether you own a restaurant, whether you're selling vacuums, whether you're a network marketing professional, this applies to everyone. See, let's just say you're in a restaurant, and if you're selling this idea that you have the best prices and the best quality ever to your customers, to your client, they're going to tell everybody around. And someone, as people are, they're going to challenge and say, not really. Have you checked out the diner on the other side? I mean, they're rated 5 stars and their prices are lower than this place that you're telling me about. Now, your customers who are walking around trying to get you referrals and talking to people all of a sudden are turning against you. Hey, you told me this, but the other place, now you're losing clients. If you're selling something, don't oversell it to the point where, again, the person is so hyped up and excited but not necessarily educated. They're going to say certain things that somebody else may be disappointed in, because you can't deliver the same proposition to every single person. And for those of you who are in network marketing, whatever you did to enroll a person that is getting started, even if you enroll them, they will do the same exact thing with you. This is why a new prospect is like a little kid. Whatever you do, they will copy. Your referring customers will repeat whatever you tell them. So be very, very, very careful with what you say. And if your process is not simple, they will not duplicate or even start. I'll tell you, one thing that I learned and I do with my organization, my team of people that I'm working with. It's called ATM: add, tag, and message. See, I add an individual to a group message, a group that we have on Facebook. I tag them onto the pinned posts, videos, information immediately after I start a message with someone else, just to give their perspective. And then I let the individual himself or herself decide for themselves if this is a right fit for them or not. But guess what I showcase should they be the right ones? I showcase to them, look how simple this was. Can you add someone to a group? Can you tag them and then message me and let me take care of the rest from there? Simple. It duplicates. It builds like wildfire. So simplify, and that's something that may or may not work for you specifically. I was just giving you an example of simplicity. Have a universal language that you, your support team, and corporate executive all speak. See, if I and let's say I'm in network marketing, if my upline and I are saying completely 2 different things, guess what? It's over. I'm contradicting. Even if we're saying positive things, if we are not speaking the same language, we're contradicting one another. We are de-edifying one another. So again, very, very important for you to understand that. How important is momentum to you? That is a question that you got to ask yourself today and forever. How important is momentum to you? Now, some of you, I already know, if not most of you, you're shaking your head up and down saying, like, it's important. I want it now. I want it today. Well, great. Your credibility is on the line. See, the longer you go without momentum, the more your brand suffers. Your team is watching. They're thinking to themselves, Ali's been in the same position since he started. Everybody's saying now he's a superstar, but I haven't seen him bring any new people to any meeting. I haven't seen him add any people to the company or to the product. I haven't seen him bring in any new customers. Your name is associated with your activity. So you gotta keep that in mind. The longer you go with no momentum, the the longer your brand will suffer, the longer you are literally murdering your own credibility. No change means no change. Point blank, period. Do not expect anything to change if you're going to keep on doing what you've been doing all this time. So let's get you there. You can have access to all of our training platforms, our daily method of operations, our scripts, our leadership strategies that we have been using in 9 years. Have me personally as your strategic partner or your official team trainer at whatever it is that you do, personal or group webinars, seminars, or weekly special calls. This is what we do, right? Who are our services for, you may ask? Well, network marketing professionals, sales professionals, business-to-business experts, and this, again, is a customer acquisition or representative expansion prospective process. It is for both. Hopeful coaches. Some of you want to expand out, want to grow out of just being a sales rep for a company. Public speakers. I mean, some of you are motivational speakers. You just don't know it yet. I mean, you want to talk in front of your team and your events and inspire. Well, that's within you. Internet marketers. For those of you who want to tap into that space as well, we can work with you and help you out based on what we have been doing. How can we work together, you may ask? Well, we have a 4 weeks team training package that we have put together. It is a full customized leadership strategy created specially for your company, your product, or your service, whatever that may be. Access to our Empowered Self private group to be part of a success community. By the way, the first one is $997 value. We're going to take care of that for you. This is priceless, by the way, to be in this group. A list of all of our scripts, tools, daily method of operations, conversation starters, list of applications that are creating the imagery that you are seeing on our social media platforms, and email support forever. You add all of this together, it comes down to $1,241. But that is not what we're offering it for, because we love you. And this is a webinar special only. So for the next 4 weeks, should you want us to work with you in your own company, by your side, it's like me and you are going 50-50 in your own business. $497, from $1,241 to $497 for 4 weeks of you and I working together. Here's the thing. I've never done this until last week, and I was glad because it helped a lot of people who are in tight spots. We are offering now payment plans, so they are available. The only thing that is due today is only $100 deposit. The rest you get to divide it within the next 4 weeks, however if it's for you. And here's the thing. This is, you don't have to take this as a burden just on yourself. I mean, as valuable as this is, I understand. Not everybody is ready to invest in themselves. But what I will tell you is, you may have 3, 4, 5 leaders in your organization, upline, sideline, downline. How about chipping in, working together, and have me work with you all as a group for the next 4 weeks? I'm pretty sure you would agree that is worth it. Now, here's a flash gift for you. The first person or team to enroll with the 4 weeks team training package tonight will get an extra 2 weeks at no extra charge. So not only it's only $100 today, and then you split the rest of that $497 within the next 6 weeks. I mean, you can put it like at $75, a week or what have you, which is very. I mean, you're talking about like a dinner, with 4 people in a decent restaurant is like $75. You can do that right now, right? And you have me work with you in your own company, product, or service. And we have a second option for those of you who may be, top producers. You have a large team, and you just may need that little bit of direction of what we've created for ourselves, and have me personally part of your organization and work with you. This includes a 4 weeks team training package that I just shared with you, that $1,241 value, plus a 4 hours Friday night closed session leadership event after 6 weeks. That's a $997 value. A 4-hour Saturday training with preparation and execution of all of our processes and tools to have a successful event that I will partner up with you to create, I'll partner up with you to promote, I'll partner up with you to get your team, 100% sold out on. That's a $1,497 value. In 4 weeks, unlimited Voxer communication. This is a walkie-talkie application, meaning anytime during the day you can reach out to me for 6 weeks all the way up to that event. That's a $497 value, plus 4 week social media evaluation review. So, we'll make your page, whether your group, fan page, whatever the case may be, our favorite. So, we help you have the right process to keep people engaged, to have the right formula for social media attraction. That's a $497 value. And remember, plus everything that I shared on the first offer, that's a $4,729 value. But we are doing a webinar special, and we're leaving it just for $2,400. And guess what? You can only, if you want to, pay $2,000 by tomorrow, midnight Pacific Standard Time, and save $400 instantly. Or we also have payment plans available. This is, again, for those of you who are ready to take things from 6 figures a year to 6 figures a month. And this is only requiring a $400 deposit today. My coach kind of yelled at me when I offered this. He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, there's many people who can't access what I offer, so I'd rather make it feasible for the masses as well. So here's your opportunity, and I'm just doing this, to be honest with you, as a test trial for this month. We'll see how it works out. We may carry it next month, we may not. So only $400 deposit today. The rest you can split it out however you see fit for the next 6 weeks, plus obviously the regional event either before or after. The travel expenses are not included. So for those of you who are watching this, I know I have regulars usually from the UK, Ghana, France, Holland. Unfortunately, travel expenses are not included in this offer. But here's the thing. It is absolutely okay if you are not ready to invest in yourself or in your team. Just remember, why did you come here today? Here's what we talked about and why you came here to learn. You came here to learn how to never run out of prospects. What's that word to you? The perfect pitch. Increasing your activity. Turning up your conversations. Create a unique approach that gives you that overall control of the process of the conversation. Warm market versus cold market understanding. That prospecting versus an infomercial, how you don't turn people off. And obviously understanding the philosophy that your team will repeat what you do and how to have a successful process for them to repeat that. No matter what you decide today, just make an educated business decision. And here's what I will leave you with. Think about this. You just spent an hour and 15 minutes, not even, so it's not even an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 5 minutes that you spent with me thus far. And look how much information I gave you, absolutely complimentary. Imagine what we can do for 4 or 6 weeks together, side by side. Every single week we have a call, webinar, meeting, seminar, whatever it is that we are going to agree upon working on as a strategy. Imagine what would happen in your business. So to choose the path that works best for you, and remember, the first team or person who invests just $100 today, and obviously work on a payment plan, will get, instead of 4 weeks, 6 weeks. And the link is workwithali.com/grow. That is workwithali.com/grow. You can go to it right now and just select the deposit amount that is rightful for you. This time, I'd like to stop the screen share itself and give you all an opportunity to comment any questions that you may have. Chat box itself, ready to hear knowledge. Does anybody have any question that we still have Miladis, Debbie, Nell, FJ. Any questions that you may have, you can comment it on the box right there on the side. I'd love to assist as much as I possibly can, whatever relevant information to you. And I know there's usually about a minute delay, so I'm going to take the opportunity and take a sip of water, and I'll let you ask a question that you may have about anything that we've covered tonight. And the good news is it's only an hour and 8, so you got, if you have questions, obviously until 9:15. So cheers to that. Going once. Going twice. Give it another 30 seconds unless a question pops. Otherwise, we've done a great job, and some of you are already registering for the next phase. All right. Well, it looks like we did a great job, and I hope that you got the valuable information. Make sure also you visit us at workwithali.com. And again, if you're not ready to invest in yourself, it's completely understandable. Whenever the time is right, the time will be right. Just remember, don't let that momentum slip away from you because your credibility is on the line. So I can't thank you enough again for spending the last hour and 10 minutes with me. I know for a fact that I gave it all I got. I just hope that you took the most out of it. So thanks again for your time, and we will see you soon. Take care, everybody.